Not only is Molten profiting from the train station that we have here, the central station, but it is also growing very quickly, as we can see. So thanks to all the public transportation that we have here to these beautiful trains, the city has a growth of plus 150% right now, and from 200 to 325 within a year. That is quite a quick growth, I gotta say that. Also, what is really cool is that our passenger trains are making huge amounts of profits. It's crazy how much profit they make. I've already got 2 of these long electrical passenger trains en route, and they're making like twice as much profit as my old steam locomotives. So one goal that I have is modernizing all my long-term passenger or long way passenger trains, and the other one is that we have to improve the public transportation within cities here. Not only is Molten profiting from this, but all the other smaller villages that we had there, I think they're becoming cities. For example, Corringham here, as we can see, a growth of plus 30% leads to a growth of plus 60%, also because the private transport is profiting from this. These smaller trains here are extremely profitable as well, since they're almost always full. Not now, of course, but usually they are. And also this town up here, Ulverston, is very impressive. 120% growth right now. That is plus 100% thanks to only this small station here gives me a plus 100% because so many people can now travel elsewhere, and that is really cool. So I usually I don't really need to deliver them goods, you know. Having passenger transport only is already really profitable and lets these cities grow, especially Ulverston, which looks really cute. It looks like a little alpine spa village where there's a lot of wellness and lots of sport that you can do, and just overall really beautiful. And in this little town here we want to have, well, also a little tram. I love the trams, not so much the buses. What I've done is in Blackpool, let me just zoom to Blackpool, which is also growing, as we can see here, by 160% now thanks to the public transport. We do have a little bus system here working. But what the bus system is doing is actually not anymore. I don't think the modern buses are doing it anymore. The noise pollution stays still down there, which I like a lot. So these smaller buses in these towns, they're not that bad anymore, right? Having them, a good thing actually. So we are going to have a bit of public transportation in all of these cities. In Rockdale we already have our tram system, which is totally overloaded from what I can gather here right now. So we do need a few more trams for this one here. So for Rockdale, tram Rockdale, I'm going to add 2 more since they are really full. And the other thing is, in these smaller villages we want to do something. So here, of course, a little bus is fine for now, right? These cities are growing anyway, plus 50%. With the buses it's getting even better, so let's just have that. So once again, of course, I want that primarily also because I want to deliver those people then to the stations naturally, right? So this is quite important. We have it here. Then I think they're turning around, and then we can take the bus through the whole town more or less, right? It's going through the whole town, through the center here, those buses, and then probably here as well, right, and then ending here. So there it goes through almost the whole town in this case. We also need, unfortunately you need a depot quite often because I can't have them travel from another city to this area. This would take way too long, so having a bus depot is just way quicker. A road depot, something like that. We can have it here along the tracks, so where it's not beautiful anyway. But I like these buildings. They're not bad looking. And then we can just have a little, this is Bentham, line here for Bentham, for example, starting at the main station, going through the whole city center and back again. Right, and this is bus Bentham, for example. And I don't think we'll need more than that, right? So this is something that I'm doing for every little town. I think 3 vehicles will be fine for now. And this will, of course, also boost the speed of growth then. And then we have that in almost every town. And I'm going to leave one town where I'm doing nothing, just to show or just to see how it develops compared to the other villages or cities that I'm doing here. And as we can see, this should go up here then now as well dramatically. And it does already. So Bentham is going to grow now as well. Quite a lot in these little cute towns. It's also so nice to just watch those trains in this beautiful area that we've created here, or that the game has created for us. just watching them as they make their journey through life. I gotta say that. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got a few new major inventions, and that is with planes. Nope, it's not the jets yet. I thought the jets would be at this point, but nope. No jets yet, but still new planes nevertheless. And we can use them. And I'm also ready to invest in a new airport now as well. Let's go with my vehicles for the planes. We have the Air Bolton, where we have the DC-4 at the moment working for us. And for passengers, we got a new one, a bigger one, the Lockheed Super Constellation L1045, 49. As we can see, it is carrying more, like it's carrying 4 more passengers per plane, which doesn't sound like much, but it is. Plus, they're over 100 kilometers faster as well. And oh, all right. With this, we now need large airports, though. How can I do this? That is a big question now. We do need the larger ones. Oh yes, look at that. That's the large one. Alright, and the problem is, as far as I can see, I cannot upgrade. This is way too big. This is like 2 times as big. We do need now these airports here from now on. This is messy. Alright, we only have 2 airlines at the moment anyway. So destroying the airport for now will not hurt us that much. It's still a pity that I cannot do that. So from what I gather, I cannot upgrade this airport here, so I will have to get rid of it. First of all, what I will need to do though, I will need to get rid of both of these lines. Oh, there's still vehicles on the line. Right, and this hurts. We're all doing this in pause mode. Getting rid of all of them, and then we can destroy these 2 lines because I have to completely redo that. Lucky we only had 2 airports up to this point, right? That hurts a lot. Look at what it left us. It's going to be even more problematic in Bolton because we really don't have that much space here in Bolton. We'll see about that. Let's get rid of it. Let's try it in Bolton first. Holy moly, that is big. Yep. It's possible, but I will have to redo a few things. It's possible like this, for example, but what we'll need is, I need to get rid of this track here, of this train system, and move it a bit. This is the least of my problems. Sleepy Hollow is going to be a major problem, right? But those airports are important because they're so big. We can also have jet planes then on them. And also, of course, more traffic because as you've seen, they have 2 runways and we could even go as high as 4 runways, I think. So really a lot of planes then in that area. Let's build the airport first. So it is an airport now, passenger airport or cargo airport, it doesn't matter. Both of them have the stuff that we need. The only problem that I can see here now is that the food is no longer directly connected with it, right? So in that case, yeah. I don't have a connection with the food processing plant anymore. And I'm certainly not going to delete my cargo train station. That would be too much work. So alright, so I had to make a bit of space here now to squeeze in the airport. Of course, the other option, either we have it here, or since I no longer have the food connection here anyway, we could also have the airport here, you know, so that would be way more space and the city could grow into this area too. So I actually like this idea more. So we are going to get rid of that. Again, I'm getting almost the full money back, and plus money doesn't matter to me, you know. So in that case, we can have our trains once again just as before. It goes over the river there with the bridge that we have. Also, what I have here is, as we can see, it needs to be a bit higher because we do have now, I've also created a new highway here. Right, so this is a much bigger highway than before, also faster. Modernizing the city infrastructure, as we know, is important. And yes, getting rid of the airport here makes sense because the city can grow into this area. Right, they're pretty compact right now, and I want Bolton to grow into a mega city. And this is just necessary for the future. In that case, here, let's create the bridge. Quite a tall bridge, but it's necessary also because, as we know, it goes then over the highway here, just like that, beautiful, and then it goes down. And the same thing can do this one here. And I really love the train system there. You only have to do all these settings once and he saves it then just like that. And yeah, this is also going through the mountain now. This also makes sense for me because this way the city can grow into this area without getting, you know, distracted with any of those trains here. And the trains are coming then in here just as now already, and also connected then. Oh, too much curvature. This is working perfect. Right, so there shouldn't be any problem here in this area. The only thing that's missing right now is that, of course, my trucks here, I've already enlarged the truck station for all the food truck delivery. We are going to need another line now from here to the airport then as well, right? So this still needs to grow as well. So what I've done already is a one-way into each direction. We can make this now even larger, like this. And in that case, I like to keep some platforms in between free where the cars can just travel through, you know, so that gives us a bit of space then. And in that case, there is the entrance here, just like now. And just in one of these platforms, I'm going to have then my food delivery for the airport where it needs to go. Even though the whole thing looks a bit strange, doesn't it? How is it looking if I do it again? Having the truck station with 3 platforms on either side. This is how it would be looking like. We could have a huge length as well. We could even have trams as well, or the whole thing electrified. Not so bad, but it's looking like this anyway already. Only that this we can still make longer, of course, if you want to. So in all of these directions there, so the trucks have a bit more space, you know. And this one here I would like to get rid of. Right, so we only have now those platforms there and the exit, of course, or the entrance into... That is a bit strange, the whole system here. Right, if I want to have the cargo, I could have a cargo here, as we can see, and then we have the street access there. So the whole thing is a bit strange, but still, this should be working out, right? And we have then the street going out here, and also having 2 exits would be fine, most likely. One up here as well, right? And here we have then the street, the one-way street in a curve. Still looking strange, the whole thing. It should be fine for now. We can also decide which line wants to go to what platform. So in that case here, when we look at the trucks for the food, as we can see, Bolton takes this platform here. Nelson takes the same platform, which is not good. So in lower Bolton, it says number 3 now. Or even 4, right? As we can see, the food moves over then. Rockdale is going for 5. And Sleepy Hollow, oh, that's another one already. Bolton we have, Nelson we have. Actually, Bolton, let's have Bolton on platform number 2. Right, so right here. They're going to turn around in some strange circles then as well. Who knows what's going on here, really. Now we have that, and we have another platform then for the airport, which is exactly what we need. We do have a few problems here. Yep, the bus airport Bolton line is at the moment no longer needed. So we might get rid of it altogether. Plus there were some very old vehicles on board, and we might just go with a train or a tram to the airport. A tram will be better because this airport is going to be huge. Bus airport Bolton, goodbye. And train grain could not connect the station. We need to manage the line for that. It's train grain, what, 5? I think this is coming from, yeah, Rockdale. Oh, this can't be. Manage the line. Bolton to Rockdale? Ah, up here, right. There we have the tracks going over that into this one, and in Bolton it needs platform 2. Right, platform 2 would work. I would even say platform 3. That makes more sense then. Because I think platform 3 is not so much used. Right, so this is working again. Very good, and we have lots of space now here for lots of things, right? These signs here should disappear now. Looks very strange, but I think they disappear. Yes, very good. Lots of space now again. No air traffic at the moment. So clean air, and we're going to make us a mega airport now here. This is going to be exciting. We're going to use 3 terminals. Landing direction, we can decide that on our own. We can see the landing lights. So they're on the lower part now. And a hangar as well, sure thing. Actually, landing direction needs to be on the left. Or on the right, and they can start towards the map. It doesn't matter. Right, and as we can see, we also have then lots of space for more runways if we want to. And then we just have the airport. So up to this point, the city can grow then as well. There we have it. Lots of growth around it. It already has the cargo and the passengers. So all we need now is, once again, a street. And I'm going with a medium or large street. Let's make a large street right away. And then just parallel to the airport, we can have the street for it. And this street is then going right towards the city. And there's lots of growth. Unfortunately, I cannot get rid of this copper or this iron mine here. It's there permanently. I cannot delete it. Would be nice if I could, but I can't. So in that case, this is just a small solitaire mine here in the center then of the city. Unfortunately, if there is a way how to delete that, then please tell me, because I would really like to know this. Now we continue. There we have now our airport, beautiful, and I'm going to have a nice, beautiful tram line all the way to this one. That is finished now, so there's nothing else I need to do except the tram then, and the food, right? So it does have. This is interesting. It does have a cargo port. Can I use this in a bus line right away as a station? Bolton Airport. To the food stuff here. Nope, they don't match. All right. So in that case, I do need to have my own bus depot then here at the airport as well. And that is the truck station. Or no, it's just the truck unload, which should be fine then, right? Because they just need to unload, and they unload just here in that area. And then I can have my food for the airport, because I need the food, of course. And this is truck, food, airport. I hope it sounds good. And we're choosing Lower Bolton, choosing platform 6, the outest, and the airport. There we have it. It's a small, nice small route. We are purchasing some trucks for that. This one. Make 5. And the truck go to Food Airport. So that is the first one. And now we do need to do the same thing in Sleepy Hollow, and this is going to be some trouble. First of all, we need to flatten the terrain here again, as we can see. And the major problem here is that we do need to make it so that we have a good connection with the train. We can get rid of the bus depot for now, and also of the station here for now. Also, most likely of the street, but I don't know that yet. I seriously don't want to have another airport again, another train station problem again. And this is actually not looking so bad. I think this might work out. Yeah. Landing direction needs on the right side, so that the planes come on the other side. It's a bit far away, right? We could make it closer. Yeah, this works. It has a connection with the train. And after the autosave, it should appear. There it is. Very good. Huh. Right, it's a bit close to the city, but it's fine. Let's flatten it so that it looks a bit more natural again. Righto, there we have it. We can even have a second runway if we want to. And thus the airport has its place again. The only thing that's missing here now is a truck station, a small one in that case, which is delivering the food. We might actually have it here. I don't want to have that too close to the passengers. They shouldn't see that all the time. Right, there we have it. And other than that, I think we're done again. So we have the train. We could have a tram or a bus. In this case, a bus. Sleepy Hollow is a bit more remote than Bolton. Bolton is going to be a major hub for a lot of other things, you know. So in that case, this has to be important because I will have another airline then going here as well and stuff like that. And also, the planes can land here. So they are not flying over Bolton, you know. Only when they launch, they have to take this route here. But I don't think that there will be too much pollution. Anyway, we are 220% growth for Bolton. Probably going to be the biggest city in this game. And now, with all that space, I'm pretty sure that it'll grow then into these directions there as well. What we still need here is the... First of all, we can make the line now, once again. So from Bolton Airport. Do I see that right? There's only cargo here at the moment. Passenger is missing, right? This is no passenger here, right? There needs to be passenger terminals. Let's make 2 of them. That's better. Oh, nice buildings. Really like the look of it. Alright, we do need to do the same thing in Sleepy Hollow again, or as well. But we have the space here, right? So, getting rid of those 2. And instead we're going to have passenger terminals. I like to have 2, I don't know why. Perhaps that more planes can then dock, because I already know that I'm going to have way more passenger planes than cargo, right? So we can have 2 docking here, as we can see already preparing for the big planes. And in that case having 1 cargo. For Bolton, let's make it a bit differently. Let's have the cargo from over here right away from the beginning, right? 2 cargo, and then we have 3 passengers. Makes more sense. Right, what a big airport. And now we should have everything. So this is going to be Air, Bolton, Sleepy Hollow. Alright, like this. And there it is. Bolton Airport, but we're choosing the right one now. And this goes all the way to Sleepy Hollow. Right, and all we need now is some decent planes. And let's just check that real quick. The new ones, the Lockheed Super Constellation. Because now we can finally have that on the new airports. And once this comes out, it's all been worth it. And of course, this prepares us also perfectly for the jet planes. Oh, beautiful. "19 passengers, and thus the jet age can come. We have the first 2 mega airports, and I'm going to build a 3rd and a 4th one as well soon. But first, let me just connect these airports again with the city. Stay tuned.